Hi, I want to take a minute just to introduce this Capstone project to you. So a Capstone project, the idea behind that is that it's a project that builds on prior learning. So for instance, the book that we're reading, yes, the categories that you will learn by reading this book, you're going to use those categories in this project. So I have the assignment sheet here. You're going to have it in the next tab, I guess. But basically in this assignment, you will analyze how news journalism presents, reports on, discusses, questions, and influences our understanding of a current specific event or issue. So this is not about how the news works, right? This is about a very specific event or issue. So you will critically examine, and then you're going to take a position on the way that a news covers a very specific concern. Now it needs to be recent. It needs to be ideally within the last 12 to 18 months. If it's something last week, you probably won't find enough to write about. But if it's something 6 months ago, you may find some good resources for showing us the news coverage, and then some good analysis of it to help you. So the first thing you're going to do, we'll have some discussion that is going to kind of surface some ideas. What do we need to be learning about in the news? What are we hearing about in the news? We'll do some of that. And then you will write a proposal. I will give you guidelines for each of these items. I'll give you guidelines. But you're going to describe either sort of an issue. So the issue could be something like, how has single-payer health care been addressed in the news? Now, it hasn't been talked about a lot recently, so that's not a good example, but it's an issue. Now, if it were an event, it could be something like, a couple of years ago, maybe one of the Malaysia airline airplanes. How did CNN cover that, right? So it's either an event or it's an issue, okay? You're going to write a proposal, and then I'll let you know whether that topic works or if you need to make modifications. What you write isn't designed to lock you in. It's designed to get you started on a path of learning. If you do have major changes to your topic after the proposal, you want to work with me on that. Then, sorry about the cursor, part 2 is going to be due really right about the same time as part 1, because in part 2 you're going to give me a list of sources that you're going to be using. And that's called an annotated bibliography. Part 3 will involve you actually producing a draft that you turn into me. I read it, I comment on it, and get it back to you. You revise it. And this is a requirement. You're not required to do that with your first essay for this class, but for this capstone project, you're required to turn in a draft. Okay. You'll be doing some peer workshops as well, and there'll be probably 3 separate peer workshops. Again, those will earn you points. Then you're going to produce an essay in 2 different formats. One of them is going to be in a digital format. So I'm calling it a digital essay. It might end up being a slideshow. It might end up being a video that you make. You know, we all have different interests as far as technology goes, so your interests may be, pretty minimal. You may be very interested in lots of exploration. We got lots of options for the digital product, okay? The main thing about the digital product is that it's something meant to be viewed on a screen. Even when you write an essay, even if it's turning in a Google Doc on Canvas, it still is a page that's designed, sorry about that, that is meant to be read on a page. Okay, so I wanted to get this out there because it is, and these points I'm going to have to look at these numbers here to make sure that I've got this right, but it's worth a huge amount of points. I'll do the math here again because I keep sort of tweaking things to make this work for an online class to make it be manageable, but it's worth more than half of your grade. I know that. So I wanted to put that out there right away just so that you know that you've got this project that you're going to be working on. It is worth more than half the grade. You're going to want to pick something that you're very interested in, and right away you are going to want to start paying attention to the news. And notice when your curiosity is awoken. Like notice when you, what they say? Or, well, why did this happen? When you start having those kinds of questions, pay attention. It may be something that develops into your topic. It may also be that asking those questions helps you get in the habit of asking the right kind of questions. So I just wanted to put that out there. This would be something, if we were in a face-to-face class, this is something I would tell you guys on day one. It's just because I want you to know it's more than half the grade, so it's only fair to let you know. All right, that's all I got right now.